Hello, crafty lovelies. I'm Leeny. Let's start crafting and make it till our eyes smile. That's what I like to say. I hope you subscribe and don't forget, click that bell and hit all so you're notified every time I upload a new video. You can also visit me on my social media at Krafty Leeny. Now let's get started. DIY number 1. We're going to begin by using one of these wire Dollar Tree wreath forms. It's a 14-inch and some of this garland. It has wire in it, so this is perfect for this project. You're going to take one of the end of your garland and you're going to just wrap it around the crossbar on your wire wreath form. And I'm going to be working with the first 2 rings, the inner rings. We're just going to keep wrapping it around, going through those 2 rings right there. First we cut it because it's very long, and just to make it easier and it doesn't get tangled, I would just cut them in sections and then just loop it around. Easy as that, my crafty lovelies. You are going to love this. Your kids are going to love this. Trust me, it is such a fun project. Now that I got the first row, the inner rings done, I'm going to start working on the outer 2 rings. And we're going to start it the same way we did the first time. We're going to put one of the ends of the garland right on that crossbar and just twist it until it is completely full. Now it's time to decorate. I'm going to be using these foam sheets that I found at Walmart for the teeth. I'm going to fold it over first and then I cut it in half. I'm going to take one of those halves and fold it one more time. And then cut. I just get a pencil and I'm just doing a zigzag to make some teeth. And then I cut it where the teeth are. So I have 2 at once. They don't have to be perfect because they're supposed to be kind of like the wild teeth, like what you see on the movie. And there we have both sides. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it over in a little section, a little bit less than half, and then I fold it again. We're going to cut and then fold. And now I'm going to just make, it's kind of like an egg shape for the eyes. And then I cut. And now I have 2 eyes. And if you like I did, I just trimmed it, smoothed it out until my eyes were smiling. Next, I'm going to take some chalk paint in black. And I'm just going to take this little dowel and I dipped it in the paint and just swirl it around just to make some circles. And there's my eyes done. Now it's time to glue the teeth. I just glue on each end of the teeth on the back. Then I turn it over and I put glue in the front of the teeth and kind of press it against the wreath. I hope that makes sense, but you can see what I'm doing. I'm just putting some glue. Put it both on the ends. And then I put it underneath on the front side, see, of the teeth, and then push it against where the curve is. So they kind of come out a little. And there it is. Oh, they're so cute. Now it's time to glue the eyes. Now it's time to put the ribbon. And I found this at the Dollar Tree. It comes with the wire, so if you want, you can always twist it on there. But I decided to glue it. Oh, what a pretty bow, right? So sparkly. I got these hollies from the Dollar Tree also. And all we're going to do is we're going to push the leaves all the way as far as they can go, and then we cut. I added some glue to the tips and then pushed them right into that wreath. It doesn't need a lot, it just needs a little bit here and there. I did this on both sides, and then on the top between his eyes, I'm just going to pull the berries off and glue them right there in the center on his forehead. Now at this point, you can leave the wreath just like this. It looks just as cute, or you could go the next step. I'm just going to cut some of that garland, and I'm going to just wrap it on the bottom underneath. I push it through the wire, and then I'm just going to twist it shut tightly. And then I just curl the other end, so he has little arms like he did in the movie. And isn't that adorable? You could put one on a lock, or you could put the one on a doorknob, or just let them hang. Oh, I absolutely love this wreath. Easy, and budget friendly. And I have me a Nightmare Before Christmas wreath. So fun. Today's video is part of California Girls Christmas DIY collab. Joining me in this collab are some very talented girls from California too. So this was so exciting. Please go check their channels out. You can find the links to their channel and to the playlist in my description box. Now let's get to DIY number 2. For this project, I'm going to be using this shelf grip liner from the Dollar Tree. I used 2 of the white rolls and 4 of the black. We are going to start by rolling the whole roll out, and we're going to take both ends and we're going to even them up. Make sure all the wrinkles are out and it's laid flat. I'm going to cut and then bring both ends again together and then fold over. Once they're all even, we're going to cut one more time where it's folded. And you should be left with strips. Now I'm going to do the black roll the same way. You get the 2 ends together and then fold it over and then cut. You want to make them into long strips. I then take Chanel stems or pipe cleaners and I just fold them over and cut them in half. For this wreath, we will be using an 18-inch Dollar Tree wreath form. I start by laying the black strip down, and then I put the white, and then I put another black. And I make sure that everything is even. I then get one end and I start to gather it. And see how I gather it? You want to make sure both ends are folded downward. I take my pipe cleaner Chanel stem and then I just wrap it and twist tightly. For this wreath, I'm going to be working on the middle wire only. First, I'm going to anchor the end where we're going to begin right there on that crossbar. I take my Chanel wire and I'm just going to twist it very, very tightly on that crossbar. I'm going to be measuring 8 inches. This part of the wreath does take time, but it is so relaxing, and just enjoy your moment of crafting. Now I just keep going the same process, and make sure when you add it, you twist those tightly, and then you just push it over to the next. And you're going to do that all the way around. Now when it comes time to fluffing, how it's that grip liner, shelf liner, it does stick. So yeah, it does take a little bit, but it does work, and the results are so worth it. But yeah, I was noticing when you're doing the ribbon or deco mesh and you do this part, it usually is easier. Not that this is difficult, it does stick. So you do have to put a little more force to pull them apart. I also like to put a pattern. So if it's a lighter color, I'll put that on the middle first, then I'll go to the right and then put it to the left, and look at the results. I love the pattern. It just goes zigzag and you got that perfect amount everywhere. I love it. So pretty. Now I wanted to use Jack as my focal point, so I ordered this from Amazon, and it's a little Halloween mask, and it has the little eye holes. And to take care of that, I'm going to use some foam sheets that I got from Walmart. I'm going to take the black foam sheet and I'm just going to cut a piece of it. I fold it in half and cut again. You can add little pieces if you want to be, and it's simple, and glue it in the back side of the holes. But for me, I decided to just trace the eye with my pencil. You can feel the groove on that mask. So I just went along with the eye like that. And when I had the shape on my foam sheet, I just cut it right out. I do this to both eyes and they fit perfectly. And look at that. It kind of gives it more of a, I don't know, finished look. You don't see that circle. So now I'm going to get this little Dollar Tree Christmas hat. It's a Santa Claus hat. And I'm just going to cut it up, make it look a little rough on the little puff ball. And I'm going to put some Mod Podge spray on it. Because when you see the movie, Jack, when he puts Santa Claus hat on, it is not perfect little puff ball. And I wanted it to look a little more, I don't know, ruggedy. I even put the Mod Podge spray right there on the rim of the hat to kind of fluff it out and give it that dingy look too. And I'm just getting it and rubbing it together. After that, I just filled it on up with some cotton. And then I glued it to the top of Jack's head. And I like to do it in a little slant just to give Jack that little bit of character, because we all know he has a lot of it. And then I glue the little hangover of the little puff ball where the hat hangs, just so it stays in place. And I added some hot glue there, pressed down. And then I also kind of put a little bit on the other side, and I lifted it up a little bit just so it's not it's not laying too flat. I wanted it to kind of have a kind of cascade puffier. I hope you know what I mean. I know sometimes I say the weirdest things. So now these snowflakes I found at the Dollar Tree, and I thought these were perfect for this wreath. I mean, come on. When he gets pulled into Christmas land, all those little snowflakes that pull him in, that's what it reminded me of. And then the Christmas lights, now come on. Those were from the Dollar Tree also. It is a necklace. They have these, and they also have the little lights with the different colors. These just reminded me of when he was in Christmas land and all those cute Christmas lights he was looking at. And look, it lights up. And you don't have to buy batteries because it already has it. So win-win, right? And all I did was put the wire of the necklace, just weaving it in and out of the ribbon. I'm going to say ribbon. And then for the on and off switch, I just put some pipe cleaner Chanel stamps on each end to hold it to the wire so I can press the button on the side. And then I added a little bit of glue to each side of the Chanel wire just so it stays in place. And I'll show you what I did in a moment. But for the lights, I didn't even have to glue it. I just, like I said, entwined the rope or the wire within the ruffles, and they stayed perfect. There's the on and off switch, and see the two sides with the Chanel wires, and I just added some glue and it stays right there, and I have control of my lights. Easy as that. Oh my goodness, so cute. Now for his bow tie. I just got any image from my printer that was there, and I online, and then I printed it out. So you can take any image, or you can look at a picture and just draw it. Best thing about Tim Burton is his perfection is imperfection, if you know what I mean. If you like Tim Burton as much as me, and you're a big fan, you know exactly what I mean. Tim Burton's imperfect, that makes it so perfect. So here I'm just cutting a little image that I printed out. And and I'm going to use it for a guide. It doesn't have to be exact, but I am tracing it a little bit larger and just using, like I said, as a guide on my foam sheet. For the little bat head, I'm just going to wing it. I'm looking at the picture and just drawing it any way closest to what I can do. And then I'm just going to cut him out. I add glue to the back of it and add it to the center of my bow. Now, to give it that Jack Skellington look and Tim Burton's beautiful creativity, I'm going to use the Waverly chalk paint in plaster, and I'm just going to paint along lines. And as you can tell, I'm just painting lines. I do outline the bat's face because I do want it to pop and stand out more. Now Jack's tie is ready to be glued. And here's the final look. Oh, I'm so happy with it. And I love the necklace lights. They were perfect, just enough. Perfect touch, right? You can leave the lights off. You can let them stand, or they'll blink fast or slow. Oh, I just thought this was perfect. Well, I hope you enjoyed what I made for you today, lovelies. Please give this video a big thumbs up. I so appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Don't forget, leave me a comment. I love reading them. I enjoy it. I love you so much of all the beautiful things you guys write and say. Thank you. It was my pleasure crafting with you today, lovelies. I do hope you subscribe if you have not done so. Please hit that bell and click all so you're notified every time I upload a new video. You can visit me on my social media at Krafty Leeny. Hugs, kisses, and fairy dust wishes, lovelies. Stay kind, be kind to yourself and others. Be blessed. I'll see you in my next video.